Ice-T. How does that even happen? Squeeze Coco booty one time.
Like respectfully.
Yes, respectfully.
It was respectfully.
It was a Halloween party, right?
And how does this work? You said, "Can I grab your wife's ass?"
I literally walked up to him. Mind you, I'd had a couple drinks at this point. I walked up to him and I said, because mind you, she had on she had some shit on, right?
Okay.
So I walked up to him and I was like, bro, all due respect, I've wanted to squeeze Coco's ass for a really long time. And he said, you know what? And I'm just the kind of pimp to let you do it. And he called her over and he whispered something in her ear. And she looked at him and smiled, and then looked at me and smiled, and turned around and bent that thing over, and I grabbed as much of a handful as I could. He gave me a pound, and we finished, and we drank and hung out for the rest of the night. That was it. That was it.
I'm trying to figure out who's more gangster in this situation. You or him or Coco. Or is it all three? All three.
It might just be
let's just say, I'm taking a shot for that.
So obviously this interaction is different. It's not something we see too often. I don't even think some of you guys would allow that. So I guess you guys wouldn't be pimps, right? Or maybe, maybe Shan. Maybe Shan might walk around here and say, if you want to touch it, go ahead.
Man.
Let's go ahead and talk about it real quick. A little icebreaker. What are you guys' thoughts?
Crazy. Go ahead. I'm gonna wait this time.
All right. Don't speak your
Look, you guys got to understand how Ice-T built his brand. You know what I'm saying? So me, JR, Ricky, we remember Ice-T's first album. We remember Coco holding that shotgun.
Oh yeah,
that was Darlene. That was Darlene.
No, that's right. That was Darlene. That was before Coco. So coming from that, coming from that era, that's what Ice-T built his brand on. He built his brand on him. Part of his brand was about him and his woman and how curvaceous she was. There was no BBL. That wasn't fake. Her breast may have been fake, but her ass wasn't. Her hips wasn't. And that was the whole thing. So then you got to understand Hollywood, you guys. So and I know it's probably to some people who are a lot more conservative in their relationships and think, my wife is this is mine and nobody else can touch it. And that's not, well, everybody can see, it's all. So are you also the kind of guy that's going to cover up your wife completely? Make sure that she wears a box dress. There's nothing, no more bodycon. There's no bodycon dresses in the house anymore. Nothing to show off there's no cleavage being shown. Her hair and all that, is everything covered up completely? Or are you the kind of guy that you look at your wife and she's so fine to you and you want other men to see and want your wife knowing in your head the only person that can have her is you? So when you go into that, and then you transcend that to Hollywood, where there's a whole lot of swinging going on. There's a whole lot of debauchery that's happening in Hollywood. You guys saw the Kevin Hart video where he was talking on I forget the name of the podcast, but he was like, yeah, me and my wife, we like to go out to these nudist colonies and
the pivot,
and Kevin was like, wait, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think, we saw that clip, but that happens a lot. So getting back to Ice-T and Neo, two superstars, two world-renowned superstars at a private event, and Ice-T's girl, who he's displayed for years to the world, who he has children by, one of his partners say, yo, man, I just want to grab your woman's ass. They probably been drinking a little bit. Ice-T's like, the fuck is it? What the fuck? What does it matter? It's not like you fucking my wife, and so that's why he let him have it. Would you do that? The answer is probably no, but you're also not Ice-T. There's a lot of things that we wouldn't do because we're not the people who we are comparing ourselves to. But if you were Ice-T, would you do that? The answer is probably yes. So all I want to say is, before anybody else speaks, never say never, because how you live your life and how you get your money also determines and changes how you feel about certain things. And are you pimping out your wife? Are you hoeing her out because the homie does some shit like that? In a regular world, hell yeah, that's your wife. That's your possession, that you own her. At the same time, are you also, but the same person that's saying that, are you covering up and making sure nobody else can see anything? Is she wearing yoga sweats, or is she wearing loose joggers to the gym? How does she look when she goes out? There's a lot of questions you got to ask. Just don't be so judgy is what I'm trying to really get to.
Okay. What are your thoughts about it, Rio?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I was judging. Would it be me? No. But like you mentioned, I'm not Ice-T. Ultimately, Neo's story gave him publicity, and we're talking about it right now, right? And I feel there was something about their networking that he felt that could add to the experience in that moment. And someone who's been in the entertainment industry, not me, but him, for that long a period, whatever he said to his wife gave her the comfortability to feel okay with Neo doing that. It was a whisper in the ear. It wasn't a talk out loud. I don't know what was said, but whatever was said made it okay. Maybe that's the pimp, right? The ability to be able to kind of spit that game, regardless if it's your wife or any other woman, just kind of few words in her ear, and that was all it required, right? And was he jealous? No. I mean, someone with that level of confidence and someone who is able to kind of just say, you know what, you got it right there on the spot. That's not a jealous type of man. So a lot of men probably wouldn't be able to relate to that. But I think there was rhyme or reason for what he did. And hell, it's Ice-T. I can't say I can judge a man in his position knowing what his brand is for doing that. It works out to his favor either way.
Yeah, I can't hold it no more, bro. I'm sorry. Neo, dog, you really told who you were in that moment. The fact that that's even in your mind about another man's wife, bro. Like, let this be. You asked the right nigga.
And why is he talking about it on the podcast?
And you brazy to be talking about this on the podcast, bro. Don't you ask the right one? You asked the right one. I wonder who else he's done this with.
Ain't no amount of money, bro.
Ain't no way, bro. And honestly, because I feel that's like such a high level of disrespect, like, cause you might have to see these hands off the strength that you would even attempt to play with me like that. I'm just saying, like, if Ice-T wasn't on some pimping shit and he said, nigga, what? And then vexed on him, would he be wrong? Hell no. Bro, you got balls. I don't give a fuck how drunk you are. Control yourself, man. Control yourself when we talk. What? Our ladies, our women, that's nah, man. I'm sorry. Neo, can't rock with you, homie.
Like I said, it say more about the relationships and how they're accessed there in that particular environment than anything else. To me, you know what I mean? To me, it's like this the way I take this situation in. So, for one, he was comfortable asking that man. Two, he allowed access to his wife. So to me, it's like, okay, I'd rather know about it and let her do whatever she's doing than, you to slap behind my back, which is all corny, period. You know what I'm saying? Those people out there is weird, and their standards of relationships is not regular people's standards of relationship. And hey, if that's what you into, by all means, right? But if a guy, just because he's an entertainer, rapper, whatever the fuck, can say, oh, let me grab your girl ass, and you cool with it, and you co-sign it, hey, to each his own, I guess.
I'm desperately, and I ain't gonna find it, man. I'm desperately trying to find this picture. I did a promo run for Ice-T when he was doing Shannon, when he was doing the Art of Rhyme. He came to Phipps Plaza. I forget who his manager is, but it's a Hispanic gentleman. And me and my man Chaos, we were able to get a picture with him, and Coco was right there. Coco was right there. Coco bad. She's bad. Smells good. Smells good. No, listen, hold on. Hear me out, Quest.
Say Quest, just
Just relax. Because I'm not finna violate. Because I'm not finna find this picture. And I'm going way back. And I'm not finna find this picture like I thought I would before anybody else commented. Shannon is right. What they do in that space is completely different from what any of us could imagine. You know what I'm saying? Would I let somebody grab my boot thing? You know, absolutely, positively not. But you gotta remember, this is I don't want to say it's government, but this is IC. And he's built his brand on pimping and hoeing. He's built his whole brand on pimping and hoeing. If you go back and watch Pimps Up, Hoes Down, he's on there at the Players Ball talking to pimping. If you listen to Ron Pays, if you listen to Power, the album I just held up, this is the mother of his oldest son. You forgot about that, Shan? You forgot about Darlene? Huh?
Man, I ain't trying to get flagged, man. Put that down.
You forgot about Darlene Ortega? Huh? Right? So he's on brand with letting Neo do that. Right? And I know this is the icebreaker, JR, but I'm just saying, Ice-T is on brand. For most dudes, like, would we allow that? Absolutely not, man. And I think regardless, and I think most of us are, you know, blue collar, and even for those of us that are white collar workers, you know, if there's a, you know, if I was a CPA or CFP or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If I was a C-level suite executive, am I allowing the CEO of the company to grab my wife? Like, nah, fam. Nah. But for the brand that he's built and for the time that he's been on, is what it is.
Yeah, but that's the reason why niggas ain't giving him no real flack. We looking at Neo like, Nick, bro.
No, you introduced that, and I agree with you on that one.
I guarantee I probably speak for most when I say, Neo, the audacity of you, bro, to even ask another man, regardless of what brand that man is on, bro, to even ask him.
Quest, here's what I will push back on, Quest. Okay, so Neo and Ice-T is in that space. Ice-T presented her. Now, Ice-T comes from the pimping and the hoeing. He presented her as product that I could feel. So would Neo do the same? Now, Neo has wrote for Beyonce, been in the same space as Beyonce, recorded with Beyonce. Would Neo say the same thing to Beyonce? Would he ask Jay-Z, hey, can I grab that? Absolutely not. You know that to be a fact.
You don't know what that man asked if he had asked this man. But how you a married pimp? That shit ain't even in the game.
No. Hold on. We can't conflate. Now listen, wait.
And pimps marry the bottom bitch all the time. That's right.
Hold on.
They out the game.
Confuse things because Ice-T ain't said he been the pimping since Law and Order. He ain't said that. But what he has come in the game as presenting, and we only know Ice-T to present two females, Darlene and CoCo, right? And how he's presented them as product. Ice-T ain't claimed to be the pimping since Law and
6
Order.
in the morning, police at my door.
Pressure D to squeaking across the bath. Stop playing with me, Shan. Stop doing that. But you understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to say, to Shan's point, in that world, that's one thing. In our world, it's something different. And I guarantee you, because I know the politics and business of that world, Neo wouldn't dare fix his mouth or face to say to Jay-Z, can I grab Beyonce ass?
You can't say
You know,
that.
he wants to let me.
For another man.
I could.
Oh,
You know, he might want
say that. I hear you. I'm okay.
We gotta agree to disagree on this one, bro.
Let me ask you.
But I'm just telling you. Okay, listen. We can disagree on it, and I'm cool with that. I know y'all finna tell me everybody is bold enough and we don't know, and this, that, and third, and anybody can say whatever to anybody. I hear you.
He said he was drinking. He said had been drinking a little bit. He used that as the excuse of why he did it.
Also know that T-Pain spilled the drink on Beyonce too. I know that too.
Right? Yeah, that got to do with grabbing Beyonce booty.
Correct. If you look at T-Pain's explanation and how he grovel about it to this day, right? Listen, here's my point. There's a hierarchy of things, right? There's a hierarchy. At that time, Neo is saying, "Can I grab CoCo's ass?" He's higher up than Ice-T at that point. And he felt comfortable enough because of how Ice-T presented CoCo. So I hear y'all. I hear you. I was kind of with you there. Go ahead, my bad.
I was kind of with you there, Rilla, but I guess I'm thinking about it the other way. You say he's higher up on a hierarchy. And so what I'm thinking is you got Ice-T, he's 64, he an OG in the game at this point, right? And then you got Neo, who's 42, almost coming to him like a fan. When I heard Neo speak, it wasn't like, to me, I didn't see as much audacity as I seen someone who's like, I dream of touching CoCo's. You almost look like his son. You know what I'm saying? Like a junior, like somebody who is, man, I idolize you, right? So for me, I'm thinking, is he boosting Ice-T's ego when he says this? Because I don't even think in that interaction, Ice-T even sees him as a threat.
No, and I don't want to get into their world. What I'm saying is, who's hottest right now?
Either one of them niggas.
like, dude, like, why? Let's say all of that is accurate, right? Like, it's their relationship, right? Ice-T can do whatever he wants with his wife. It's their relationship, right? We can look at it like that, right? And Neo feels comfortable enough to ask, right? That's a true statement. However, it's a private event, so why go public?
Hey, I
agree with that part.
I'm gonna tell you why they went public. Because hey, shout out to that nigga Nori, bro. He be getting it up out of him, bro. That nigga, hey, he put drinks on the table and he start asking them industry questions. These niggas got to divulge. They have to. He be getting up out of them, bro.
And not to mention, remember, Neo's going through a divorce right now. Finally. You know, so his wife, him and his wife, they've been divorcing for 3 years, on and off. They were saw back together again, and now the wife just announced, like, fuck it, this shit ain't gonna work. So now Neo's on the Chitlin circuit again. I don't know if he got an album coming out. You know, I don't know if he got if he's trying to win some masculinity points and shit. You know what I'm saying? But he about to lose his wife.
The exploits of Neo all of a sudden and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here.
Exactly. You never know, man. I'm telling you guys, these publicists out here, they sit around and they create shit. And they sit around and say, okay, I gotta get my client, in order for job retention, I gotta get my client back in the fucking headlines. And I don't know, you know what? Neo, when you go on Drink Champs, out of the blue, start talking about Ice. For all you can give it to Nori, but also you can say, you know what? Tell that story live, because because that's gonna run, and I'm gonna run that motherfucker through all the people that needs to. So you never really know, man. It's really a trip. Hollywood is really a trip, and it's a drug, man. The popularity is a drug. I know stars that hire paparazzi. They hire them, they pay them to follow them around and get candid shots as if they just got out of a fucking limousine and going into Nobu or some shit like that. And then behind the fucking in the alley, they slide them a couple $100 and say, thanks. Can you get that over to Getty Images? It's a trip, man. So you never know why somebody does and says what they say in the celebrity world. Just know that it ain't regular.